Christian? Street food.
Season 8 begins. We are back in China with a whole nother season of snacks, places, cultural nuggets for you, faithful street foodies. Quick shout out to all my patrons. If you throw any amount of money at the Patreon, then you're watching this video in September of 2016. That's just my small way of saying thank you for supporting the show. You get to watch them early. The rest of y'all watching them later, you know what? Thank you too. Thanks to the greater street food community at large. I love that you love snacks and learning about China, and I'm stoked that you're tuning in. That's enough preamble. Let's get to episode 1. It's about 7:30 in the morning on the south side of Xi'an. People are on their way to work. Most of the shops around here won't open for another hour, but if you're in the street food business, you've been awake for quite some time already. This is Mr. Ren and his mobile breakfast cart. I tried to arrive at this corner early so I could film him setting up.
你每天在这儿吗？每天。从几点到几点？4点半吧。4点半。到个10点多。到10点多。
4:30 in the morning. Yeah, I did not have a chance of beating him here. There's a Chinese expression, 街边小吃, which means roadside snacks or street food. In China's big cities, 街边小吃 has become not only a common way to eat snacks, but whole meals, especially breakfast. In Xi'an, which, though it isn't even in the top 20 of China's biggest cities, still boasts some of the country's best street food, little circles of stools like this can be seen on almost every street corner around breakfast time. And if you don't have time to sit and eat, you eat on your way. Mr. Ren's cart has 2 options, beef or egg. His sign says simply 牛肉饼 or 鸡蛋饼, but the snack he prepares goes by another name as well. 千层饼, 1,000-layer bread, from the many layers produced by this dough rolling technique. It's not really 1,000, but the ingredients are simple. Cabbage and green onions or leek, beef mixed with a bit of shortening or oil, the dough, and this spice, which is a mixture of cumin, ground up Sichuan pepper, and probably some other spices. He begins with some loose dough, oils it up to make it nice and stretchy. For the beef bing, which is what most people order, he spreads a thin layer of ground beef on the dough, tops it with a bit of spice, then loads on the cabbage and the onion. Next, he wraps each one up like a little package, rolling the excess dough into layers around the filling, 4 at a time. When the frying oil is hot, he presses the dough balls down into flat, round cakes, sets them in the makeshift fryer on the back of his cart, and closes the lid. After a few minutes, he flips them, shifting the cakes around so they all get equally heated through. When the batch is done, he sets them out. Then he starts over again with the stretching, the adding, the rolling, and the frying. He only has a few left on the rack before the next batch is finished. If you order an egg bing, he'll crack the egg right into the fryer oil, and he'll serve it to you with a healthy dash of ziren on one of the few meatless cakes he prepares, for a crispy, filling breakfast.
So I got 2. This egg one is not fresh. Oh, and he put some spices on it. Get that spice. Still pretty good. The better one's hotter. I was hoping he'd make me a fresh one, but this one's just sitting there. Almost everyone orders a beef one, and this one's a lot fresher. It's super hot. Take a bite. So the outside, you can see, is really crispy, and the inside has layers that are softer. You know. You really get a lot of cabbage. It's got just a little bit of the mouth number spice, the Sichuan pepper. It just kind of pervades your mouth, you know, and you get a nice little tingly sensation all through, but doesn't totally numb you. That's the way to go. That's how I like my Sichuan pepper.
I really hope you enjoyed this episode, Street Foodies. We got a lot more coming at you in Season 8, including Xi'an's Revolutionary Park, which we will visit next week. Until then,
Eating it on the street, watching out for the parasites.
street food.